Hello, friends. A seven-story house in New York City. The entrance of this house is decorated with dozens of fake eyes. A sculpture hangs in the middle of the hall. A sculpture of a bride hanging on a rope. And there's a taxidermy tiger sitting in the office. At the corner of the office, there's a shelf. And on this shelf is the first edition of Lolita, an infamous novel in which an adult man abuses a minor girl. This isn't from a movie set. The most powerful people of the world used to visit this house. They sat here, ate, and laughed. All the while, hidden cameras were recording them. There were cameras in the bedrooms too, right above the bed. Friends, this was Jeffrey Epstein's house. Do you think you're the devil himself? No, but I do have a good mirror. The photos displayed in this house, Epstein can be seen with Pope John Paul II, Elon Musk, Cuba's former President Fidel Castro, former US President Bill Clinton, current US President Donald Trump, and even with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Next to it was a $1 note autographed by Bill Gates. The most shocking thing here was that this very Jeffrey Epstein used to run a trafficking racket through which he targeted hundreds of minors and women. Friends, in a previous video, I told you about Epstein's Island and how it became the biggest scandal in America. But after that, on 30th January, something happened that shook the whole world. The US Justice Department has released more than 3 million pages of the Epstein files under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. They include more than 180,000 photos and those 000 videos. The latest release of files related to the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein is shocking in its size and its content. Investigations are now underway in at least 10 countries. These documents name more people and share horrific stories that have shocked everyone. This included presidents, prime ministers, princes, and billionaires. But this time, the names included Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, and industrialist Anil Ambani. Apart from this, Elon Musk's involvement was also seen. He had previously accused Trump of hiding the Epstein files, but now he finds himself trapped in these files. Friends, in this video, come let's find out more about this topic. How did this network of powerful people work? How did this person have so much influence that he was surrounded by millionaires and politicians from all over the world? And how not only did he traffic and abuse minor girls, but also use them to gain more power? In the previous video, I told you that Jeffrey Epstein was a college dropout and taught maths to kids. Then he started living in the most expensive house in New York. He started traveling in private jets and became the financial advisor of billionaires. How was this possible? The answer to this is Leslie Wexner, one of the richest men in America, owner of companies like Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works. In the 1980s, Wexner hired Epstein to be his financial advisor. But their friendship grew so much that later Wexner handed over his power of attorney to Epstein. And then Wexner gave Epstein the magnificent house in New York. I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this house is located on 9 East 71st Street. This is the biggest private residence in Manhattan. It has 40 luxury rooms and it's valued at millions of dollars. But Wexner gave this house to Epstein almost for free. The official transfer price was $0. In 2019, when the scandal surfaced and the world came to know Epstein's truth, Wexner alleged that Epstein had misappropriated vast sums from him. But surprisingly, for years, Wexner did not file any complaints against Epstein, nor had he taken any legal action against him. Epstein had money, a mansion, and a private island. But something else made him untouchable. Victim Maria Farmer testified that Epstein had a media room in his Manhattan house. Monitors lined the walls of this room, playing the live feed from hidden cameras. According to Maria, these screens showed toilet, pay, toilet, pay. The men monitoring everything were toilet, bill, toilet, bill. I'm like, I'm never going to use the restroom here. There were cameras in every bedroom and in every bathroom. In 2005, when the police raided Epstein's Florida house, they had found hidden cameras there too. And in 2019, when the FBI raided this Manhattan mansion, they found Epstein's CDs too. These CDs were locked and kept in a hidden safe, and each of the CD was labeled. The labels on the CDs read young, name plus name. The first name was that of a minor, and the second was someone else's. This makes some people claim that this was Epstein's real business, recording powerful people doing illegal things, making their videos secretly, and then using those CDs to blackmail them later. For years, many celebrities and influential people kept denying that he had ever gone to Epstein's island. By the way, I never went to the island. They kept saying that they had nothing to do with Epstein. I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. But the files released on 30th January 2026 reveals the truth of many of these people. The new documents reveal that Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google, one of the richest people in the world, had gone to Epstein's island. A victim also testified that on 1st January 2007, she had seen Brin and his fiancée on the island. Epstein's former board captain also confirmed that he had seen Brin on the island more than once. Back in June 2025, Elon Musk and Donald Trump were publicly bickering. Musk had tweeted, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why they have not been made public." But in January 2026, when the new files were released, look at the irony. Elon Musk was also named in the Epstein files. Between 2012 and 2013, at least 16 emails were exchanged between Elon and Epstein. In November 2012, Elon asked Epstein if he could visit Epstein's island. Elon wrote, "What day, night will be the wildest party on your island?" After this, in December 2012, Elon wrote, "Do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of insanity. I really want to hit the party scene and let loose." In 2014, there was an entry in Epstein's calendar which said, "Reminder, Elon Musk to island December 6. Is this still happening?" Friends, if you have noticed, Epstein's life story is based on only two things: information and access. Those who had the right information, the right connections, became powerful, and those who didn't have it were left out of the system. Today, in 2026, the game has changed. Today, the most powerful tool is AI. But the problem remains. Very few people are actually able to use it properly. Most people just use 2 to 3 questions with ChatGPT and think that's the best they can do. Over the last year, I hosted my AI masterclass 3 to 4 times. More than 50,000 people have attended it. You can see the feedback from the last session. 76% of people said that this masterclass went above and beyond their expectations. Let me give you an example. In this masterclass, I teach how you can create a working website without writing a single line of code, without any coding background or technical knowledge. Similarly, in this class, without any design skill, you will learn to make a full professional presentation using AI. These are just 2 examples. Apart from this, you will learn prompting techniques to use AI to generate images, videos, songs, write reports, other productivity hacks, and using more than 25 AI tools. I come live and teach you personally. I designed this 3-hour live workshop, especially for non-technical people, students, professionals, creators, business owners, and it costs as much as 2 movie tickets. The next session is on 15th February at 7 p.m. If you are not available then, you can watch the recording during the next 7 days. The link is given in the description. Or you can scan this QR code. There are limited seats for every session, so hurry up. Now, let's get back to the Epstein files. The most dramatic downfall in the Epstein case is the story of Prince Andrew of the British royal family. A victim, Virginia Giuffre, said that she was raped thrice by Prince Andrew when she was only 17. A photo went viral in which Andrew can be seen with his hand on 7-year-old Virginia's back. How many times were you trafficked to him? 3 times. How old were you? I believe I was 17. And in the latest release, there are pictures of Prince Andrew with another victim. In February 2022, Andrew had settled a lawsuit with Virginia, as per which Virginia was paid £12 million. Andrew's name appears multiple times in the latest released files. Emails from 2010, where Epstein offered to introduce Andrew to a to 6-year-old beautiful Russian woman, Andrew replied that he'd be delighted. In an email, Andrew talks of having dinner with Epstein in the Buckingham Palace. The most shocking thing here is that the woman who accused Andrew, Virginia, committed suicide in April 2025. In October 2025, because of this, King Charles of the UK took away the title of prince from his brother Andrew. After this, the other honors, including being the Duke of York, were taken away from him. Now, legally, he is only Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Apart from this, he was asked to leave his residence, the Royal Lodge. And after the latest release in January, he has vacated this house. In September 2019, when the Wall Street Journal asked Bill Gates if he had any connection with Jeffrey Epstein, he acknowledged that he had met Epstein, but said that there was no business relationship or friendship. But look at this report in the New York Times. After 2011, Bill Gates met Epstein several times, at least thrice at his Manhattan home. In March 2013, Gates traveled in Epstein's private plane. But in 2011, Epstein was already a publicly known convicted offender. In 2021, Bill Gates and his wife, Melinda Gates, got divorced. One of the major reasons for the divorce is said to be his connection to Epstein. In the January 2026 release, more disturbing things have been found. Draft emails were discovered from July 2013, written by Epstein, which contain unverified allegations of Bill Gates' extramarital affair. However, one of Bill Gates' representatives have called these allegations absolutely absurd and completely false. Apparently, Jeffrey wrote an email to himself that email is never sent, the email is .false. But Epstein's network was not limited to America and Europe. The latest files contain the names of many powerful Indians. And the most detailed connection to have emerged is with Anil Ambani. From February 2017 to June 2019, text messages and emails between Ambani and Epstein are documented. On 2nd March 2017, Ambani messaged Epstein, "Will need your guidance on dealing with the White House for the India relationship and defense cooperation." Similarly, on 16th March 2017, Anil Ambani wrote, "Leadership would like your help for me to meet Jared and Bannon as soon as possible." Here, Jared Kushner was Trump's son-in-law. He was also his senior advisor. And people are assuming that here leadership refers to the officials of the Indian government. In May 2019, Ambani visited Epstein's Manhattan home. Between 14th May and 20th May, he was coordinating a meeting for 23rd May, the day Lok Sabha elections were to be declared. On 20th May, Epstein had sent a message to Trump's former chief strategist Steve Bannon that Modi was sending someone to meet him on the 23rd. According to these files, on 23rd May at 8:21 p.m., Anil Ambani reached Epstein's Manhattan home. There are two emails documenting this in the Epstein files. One from Anil Ambani's secretariat and the other from Epstein's assistant. On the same day, at 12:21 a.m., Epstein sent a message to Bannon. It read, "Really interesting Modi meeting." In the same thread, Epstein told Bannon that his man said that no one in Wash speaks to him. However, his main enemy is China and their proxy in the region, Pakistan. Totally buys into your vision. Pay attention to two things in these messages. First, he also mentions G20. India was going to host the G20 in 2022. And second, look at the first two words. His guy. They refer to Anil Ambani as Narendra Modi's guy. The same night, at 1:05 a.m., Epstein sent a message to Ambani. "Today was a treat. Nice seeing you." And between 4 to 4:30 inches the morning, Epstein wrote to Bannon. His focus wants to be stopping China. "I can set. You should meet with Modi." The next day at 10:23 a.m., Epstein messaged Ambani. "I think Mr. Modi might enjoy meeting Steve Bannon. You all share the China problem." And at 4:14 p.m., the most shocking thing, Epstein messaged Bannon again. "Modi on board." Friends, read this conversation carefully. What does it mean? An Indian businessman was going through a convicted rapist to reach the Trump administration. And he was claiming that it was done on behalf of the Indian leadership. Anil Ambani is still a private businessman, but another Indian name has emerged in the Epstein files. a minister in the Modi government today, Hardeep Singh Puri. These files contain multiple email exchanges between Puri and Epstein, with proof of 3 confirmed meetings: 4th February 2015, 6th January 2016, and 19th May 2017. These meetings took place at Epstein's Manhattan home. But Hardeep Singh Puri says that these meetings took place when he was working at the International Peace Institute in New York, much before he became a minister in the Modi government. Actually, he became a minister in September 2017. And there is this email from September 2014. Epstein introduced Puri to LinkedIn founder Reid Hoffman. The email sent to both of them introduced them to each other and goes on to say, "Reid, Hardeep is your man in India." On 13th November 2014, Puri sent a detailed email to Epstein where he shared India's Digital India program and investment opportunities. Puri said that he was promoting India's business interests. This might be true. But the question here is that a senior Indian diplomat who later became a minister in the government, why was he in regular contact with a convicted offender? Because the fact remains, friends, that since 2008, Epstein was a convicted offender, a convicted rapist, and everyone knew this publicly. Now, let's come to the biggest name, the Prime Minister of our country. Actually, friends, Narendra Modi is not in the Epstein files directly. That means there has been no direct communication between Modi and Epstein. But while talking to other people, in other conversations, Modi has been mentioned repeatedly. On July 6th, 2017, Epstein sent an email to a man named Jabir Y. According to the Reason magazine, Jabir Y is an influential man in Qatar. The email reads, "The Indian Prime Minister Modi took advice and danced and sang in Israel for the benefit of the US President. They had met a few weeks ago. It worked." This is the most sensational claim, drawing a lot of controversy. The context is that PM Modi visited Israel between 4th to 6th July 2017. During this visit, he became the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Israel. Epstein implied in this email that his advice played a role in Modi's visit to Israel. According to Epstein, he was the one to advise that PM Modi should go to Israel and dance and sing there for the benefit of the American president. Now, some people are taking this dancing and singing part literally, imagining PM Modi actually dancing and singing in front of Trump. But this might be a metaphor. A dancing and singing program might have been organized in Israel and presented something for the US president there. The spokesperson of the Indian Ministry of External Affairs on January 31st gave a statement regarding these files. Beyond the fact of the Prime Minister's official visit to Israel in July 2017, the rest of the allusions in email are little more than trashy ruminations by a convicted criminal, which deserve to be dismissed with the utmost contempt. But the question here is, would Epstein write such things just to make himself appear more important? If Epstein merely spewed nonsense, then on which leadership's direction did Anil Ambani visit him? And coming to the American president, Donald Trump's name is mentioned in these files at least 4,500 times. I talked about the friendship between Trump and Epstein in the previous video. In the newly released files, in one of these documents, the FBI summarized dozens of public tips it received regarding Trump and Epstein. These include many serious allegations of sexual abuse against Trump. For example, look at this email from the 6th of August 2025, where Trump is alleged to have raped someone 35 years ago in New Jersey, when the alleged victim was only 13 or 14 years old. Another woman contacted the FBI on the 13th of January 2021 to say that no action was being taken on the information she revealed about Trump, and Trump was actively recruiting girls. But she didn't know if he was doing it for himself or for Epstein. The White House addressed these and claimed that these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims against President Trump to discredit him right before the 2020 elections. Apart from Trump, Israel's former Prime Minister Ehud Barak met Epstein at least 30 times between 2013 and 2017. The CIA director till last year, William Burns, met Epstein 3 times in 2014. Howard Lutnick, now the Commerce Secretary in the Trump administration, went to Epstein's island in December 2012. This is a long list of people in Trump administration who met Epstein. In an email in 2013, Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, invited Epstein